Here's how to make audio comparison videos the easy way. Let's say you've got two sources of audio, two speakers, two microphones, two car stereos, you get the point. And you want to make a video where you record the same audio from both speakers, microphones, what have you, and you want to switch between them in real time so that your viewers can listen to both of them one right after the other. Now you could do your recordings from both sources and then go in, cut the clips, line everything up manually, and then you have to come in here on the timeline and wherever you want to make a switch to the other source, you got to make a cut, and then you got to disable one of the clips, and you got to come back and do it for the other one. But there's a much easier way to do this. It's called Multicam, and video editing programs like Final Cut can automatically line up the audio for you. Now this is usually used when you have multiple cameras pointing at the same subject at different angles, but you want to get everything in sync. But you can apply the same principle here because the audio going into each recording is roughly the same. Then after you've lined up your audio, you can go in, cut wherever you like, and switch between the video clips of the different speakers wherever you like to. Let's see how this works in Final Cut. Okay, so here's the project we're going to be working in. I've recorded a set of tracks with this pair of speakers. This is clip 4001. And then I've recorded the same set of tracks on a smaller set of speakers. This is clip 4002. We did them one after the other. So there are of course some inconsistencies in when we started tracks, when we ended them, and whatnot. So what you have to do at the minimum is come in here and slice up each track. So I've done that here. So here's my first track on the first set of speakers, my second track on the first set of speakers, my third track on the first set of speakers, and so on. And then for my second pair of speakers, here's the first track. And we'll start with these. Now I've actually done this for a third set of speakers as well, down here someplace, but I'm going to show you how it works for two, and then you can do the same process for three, or however many you want to do. Now after you've cut your clips here into each track, now you have to come up here in the clip browser. This is my track 1 on the first set of speakers, this is my track 1 on the second set of speakers, so I'll command click to select both of them. For some reason you can't select them in the timeline here, you have to use the browser, which is a little bit annoying, but you also have to make sure that you select the proper subclips. So then come up to File, New, and we're going to go to Multicam Clip. Now we can name this something like Track 1 Multicam, and leave this checked as Use Audio for Synchronization. The rest of this should be okay. Hit OK. Let Final Cut do its thing, and now what it has done is it has made a new clip in the browser here called Track 1 Multicam, like we called it. So if we come over here to the end of the timeline and we drag this in here, and what Final Cut has done is it has synced up the audio of these two clips. So now when you play it, it's showing the angles. Remember, this is normally used when you have two cameras at different angles at the same subject. For us, it's just two different recordings at two different times of the same audio. Now for our purposes, you'll want to make sure that both video and audio switching are enabled, which is the default, but just go ahead and make sure so that when we cut, it switches over both video and audio, which is what we care about. And what we can do here is in the angle viewer, we can come and we can cut wherever we want to. So I clicked there, and you can see it made a cut in the timeline. So now it's going to display that audio and video source. I can keep playing for a little bit longer, and then, oh, maybe I want to make a cut here. So I can click on this one, and now it's switched to that one. And I can do this as many times as I want to. So now when we come back here and play through our timeline, we've made these cuts. So of course it's going to cut over to that source, and there you go. Your audio is synced up and you're good to go. And now you can go back and do the same thing for track 2 for each set of speakers, track 3, and so on. And I think that you'll agree that doing it this way is much easier than going in and trying to line up audio samples by hand. If you found this video helpful, drop it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.